very good evening to you and a very warm welcome to TV47 Weekend Edition. Today it is to the point. Welcome to today's news broadcast. We have so much more lined up for you, but first, let's take a look at the stories making headlines tonight.
Tonight, President William Ruto heads to the USA for a historic visit. It will be the last state visit to be hosted by Biden in his first term as the US president. It is also the first state visit made by a Kenyan head of state in 2 decades and the first made by an African president since 2018. A family in Baringo Central is mourning the shocking death of one of their kin, a death that was allegedly caused by a row over the sale of a cow, a row made worse by a heightened mood caused by illicit brew. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua emerged from a week-long perceived lay-low in the wake of a simmering political conflict in the Mount Kenya region.
Hii mambo maneno mingi imeongewa hapa ya siasa. I'll say nothing.
All right, welcome to the broadcast. We are coming live to you from TV47 headquarters right here in Nairobi. Catherine Simalo is our sign language interpreter tonight. My name is Odida. Let's get started. Now, in a historic visit full of firsts and lasts, President William Ruto jets to the United States for a state visit where Kenya and United States of America's bilateral ties are expected to be enhanced. The 4-day state visit is significant because it coincides with the 60th anniversary of the Kenya-US relations. It is the last state visit to be hosted by President Joe Biden in his first term as the U.S. president as the USA heads to election in November. It is also the first state visit made by a Kenyan head of state in 2 decades and the first made by an African president since 2018. Mike Kagwongo with the details.
President William Ruto is departing the country tonight for a 4-day state visit to the United States of America in his mission to nourish Kenya's relationship with the world superpower. State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed announced on Sunday that President William Ruto's visit will be historic for the nation and include extensive discussions between the two presidents and other top officials.
The visit is themed Partnership for Prosperity and aims to bolster shared commitments to economic growth, democratic values, peace and security, and reflects the strategic importance of Kenya to the U.S.
The head of state is anticipated to travel to Atlanta, Georgia for the visit that begins on Monday, May 20th and ends on Thursday, May 23rd, during which he will visit the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and Museum to highlight the two nations' shared commitment to governance and anti-corruption initiatives. He is also slated to pay respect to the civil rights movement at the iconic Ebenezer Baptist Church. Later on, visit the Center for Disease Control, CDC headquarters, to talk about the US-Kenya health relationship. The day will end with President Ruto and First Lady Rachel Ruto being hosted by the Kenyan diaspora in Atlanta. The president will start his Tuesday trip at Spelman College, still in Atlanta, to highlight the importance of higher education, especially in science and technology, which is vital in attracting investments. President Joe Biden will host his Kenyan counterpart when he travels to Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. Ruto's and Biden's cabinets will discuss several bilateral agreements in the U.S. Capitol, after which the White House will hold a state dinner in honor of President William Ruto. According to Mohammed, the kind invitation is extended in the midst of cordial ties between the two countries as a result of their shared interest in important sectors such as healthcare, free democracy, governance and civilian security, defense cooperation, and multilateral and regional concerns.
During this period, Kenya and the United States have enjoyed deepening and mutually beneficial cooperation at bilateral and multilateral levels, resulting in the elevation of the relationship in 2018 to a strategic partnership.
But the president will not just talk challenges, he will also talk opportunities. this country has and this continent has immense opportunities.
Ruto's state visit to the US will be the 6th and the last state visit to be hosted by Biden in his first term as the US heads to the election in November. It is, however, the first state visit made by a Kenyan head of state in 2 decades and the first made by an African president since 2018. Mike Kagwango, TV47, Nairobi.
All right, now let us respect each other. Those were the words of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua in his first public event while attending a Catholic church service in Endarasha in Nyeri County after being missing from the limelight for over a week. Gachagua's absence had raised political concerns, and in his speech, the second-in-command was brief with his remarks downplaying simmering political undertones and possible power struggle by the leaders accompanying Gachagua, guns blazing, making statements that hinted to a politically unsettled Mount Kenya region, as Moige William reports.
More than a week later, and the Deputy President made his first public appearance, attending a church service at Sacred Heart and Endarasha Catholic Church in his home county of Nyeri. Addressing the congregants, the Deputy President remained brief and cautious over his choice of words.
For now, let us bring down political temperatures. Let those who have an opportunity to serve be allowed to serve the people.
Gachagua, downplaying undertones of possible power struggle within the presidency, called for unity in his political backyard. The DP addressing his apparent absence from the public limelight, revealing that he was at his Nyeri home all week, even as talks of a divided vote reach Mount Kenya rocked the region. Interestingly, the Deputy President chose silence over the issue.
Hii mambo maneno mingi imeongewa hapa ya siasa. I will say nothing. The reason being, Rigathi Gachagua, Deputy President, is a man of few words.
Leaders accompanying the Deputy President, however, did not shy away from the talks of a simmering political tension, led by Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga, warning of a replica of situation in the Uhuru Kenyatta administration, where his then Deputy William Ruto was sidelined. However, State House spokesperson Hussein Mohamed dismissed claims of a strained relationship between the President and his deputy.
Madharau yoyote kwa Rigathi Gachagua ni madharau ya mlima, kweli uongo. Kudhihakiwa ni mlima unadhihakiwa, kweli uongo.
The Deputy President and the President, to my knowledge, there is no issue, Chef. And of course, the Deputy President's office is an office with all the capabilities and competencies. If you want to ask any question or find out anything about the Deputy President, they have all the capabilities and you can find whatever information you need.
At the Sacred Heart and Endarasha Catholic Church, the Limuru 3 meeting organized by a section of the Azimio la Umoja principles did not escape the speeches of present leaders.
Kama vile watu wanaongea hapa wakiongea maneno ya Limuru, to me, those people are just looking for relevant. Hakuna any value they are adding to our government.
Kule kwingine kumenyamaza dunia ya Kenya. Kwani kuna interest gani hapa mlima? Tuko mwaka moja na nusu. Alafu tunaona dalili ya maneno.
Moige William, TV47.
Mombasa Archbishop Martin Kivuva is now calling on different stakeholders to partner with the government and solve the JSS teachers' stalemate in the country. The lack of enough JSS teachers in the country has been attributed to most of them being in college as they had to go back and upgrade their studies. He has also urged the government to increase salaries for public service employees as the government is increasing tax and forgetting about salary increment. Speaking at Kikambala, Kilifi County during the unveiling of the CARM schools at St. Francis of Assisi, at Kikambala Plaque, which will address the long-term challenge in the area where students have been walking for long distances in the quest for education. The infrastructure entails 6 classrooms, 2 modern science laboratories, a computer lab, well-equipped library, a dining hall, and a borehole that will as well serve the community.
Hata walimu wenyewe wa kufundisha wa mfumo mpya hawajatosheleza yale mashule kwa sababu shule ni nyingi, walimu ni wachache. Tunaelewa kwamba pesa hazitoshi jamani. Lakini tunaelewa umuhimu wa watoto wasiwe na wasome. Tunahimiza tu tusaidiane, serikali iweze kuwasaidia vijana hawa wapate ajira ambayo una mshahara. Tunaelewa kwamba kila kitu kinategemea ushuru. Ushuru nao tayari mshahara ni chini, ushuru ni upo. Tunaona bado mwananchi wa kawaida anaumia.
Thank you to the students who have filled the buildings with so much life, joy, and hope for the future. This is all for you and because of you, and we are already so proud of you.
At present, the school has an enrollment of 20 students, and there are comprehensive plans in place to expand its capacity to accommodate over 300 students.
Now, a family from Kiplekwa village in Baringo Central is grieving the death of Kevin Chesire, who was allegedly killed after a violent incident with his brother Samuel, aged 26 years. The catalyst for this unthinkable act was a disagreement over the sale of their grandmother's cow, fueled by a potent and readily available threat of second-generation liquor in the area. Nicholas Mbai reports.
The sleepy village of Kipkelwa in Baringo Central is reeling after a violent incident that claimed the life of 19-year-old Kevin Chesire.
Tulikuwa melewa. Alafu sijui ilikuwa na ng'ombe ambaye alikuwa na itaka iuswe. Basi wale bataka kuuswa wakakosana.
Ilifika mwendo wakakitu kama saa 8 hivi wakaanza kupigana. Unaona hii mkubwa anaitwa Samuel anaanza kupigana na hii mwingine mdogo anaitwa Givi mwenye amekufa.
The alleged perpetrator, his own brother Samuel, just 26 years old, the catalyst for this unthinkable act, a disagreement over the sale of their grandmother's cow, fueled by a potent and readily available threat of second-generation liquor.
Huyu kijana mwenye utaka kuuza ng'ombe akashirika. Anasema huyu kijana ndio alini katasa ng'ombe niuze. Na alikuwa walevi. Basi ikifika jioni, huyo alikuwa wanapigana hapa jioni mpaka barabara huko. Watu wakaokoa. Alafu walipokoa wakawachana. Wakakuja bande ya nyumbani. Wakafuatana kufika nyumbani. Sijui kijana hiyo kidogo yalioa alienda mpaka pale hapa ni nyumba yake. Akatoa ukali akataka kukula. Huyo kijana huyu mwenye kuua yeye akakuja akabamia yeye.
According to neighbors indicate that both Samuel and Kevin were inebriated when the argument erupted. The object of their discord, their inheritance, a single cow belonging to their aging grandmother, the sale they believed would quench a deeper thirsty, their dependence on illicit alcohol.
Kupigana hapa na pale mpaka wakakimbizana mpaka barabara. Watu walipoanza kujaribu kutenganisha hawa, hii mkubwa Samuel alikuwa na silaha. Alikuwa na panga, alikuwa na kamiti karibu sana sijui ni ya nini. Hiyo ndio ili mpaka wanapigana tu, sasa watu the people shied away. Hawakuweza kuja kuwasaidia because mtu ambaye ako na silaha ni mtu mbaya.
The Chesire brothers' fight wasn't an isolated incident. Locals report a worrying trend of violence associated with the rampant availability of second-generation liquor. This potent and often lethal concoction has become a security concern, replacing traditional brews with a far more dangerous alternative. Residents point the finger at the police, accusing them of turning a blind eye to the issue, or worse, allowing the illegal trade to flourish through bribery.
Waingilia kate, alafu pombe at least wajaribu.
Reverend Osea Ayabei of the IC Church paints a grim picture, stating that yesterday's murder was the 5th such incident in serotonin location within the past 1 year.
Imekuwa ni mshtuko sana kwa sababu vijana wachanga, vijana wadogo ambao bado wako na umri wa kujikakamua katika maisha na kutafuta rasilimali ama kutafuta mambo ambayo yatamsaidia kwa maisha, ikawa ni kwamba ni kujiingiza katika mahali ya pombe ambayo imeleta maafa kama haya.
Nicholas Mbai reporting for TV47.
Thank you, Nicholas, for that report. Now, two children from Chebarema village, Bureti constituency of Kericho County, survived death after a tree fell on their house following the heavy rains witnessed in the area, accompanied by strong winds, as Chichi Josephine now tells us.
21-year-old Mercy Chelangat and her 4-year-old brother Lawrence from Bureti in Kericho County survived death by a whisker after a tree fell on their house, with the two still inside following heavy rains, accompanied by heavy wind that hit their home area.
Jana miti aliangukia watoto wakati wa mvua. Alinyesha mvua akaanza na upepo. Hiyo miti akaangukia watoto kwa nyumba. Akafunja nyumba yote.
The two suffered serious injuries, the younger one in the head and the older one was injured in the eye and chest. Both were taken to Kapkatet Referral Hospital.
Tulikuwa tunalala. Alafu mti ikaanguka. Baba yangu akapiga nduru. Watu wakakuja.
Sasa tukakuja kufanya rescue hapa. Tukapata watoto wawili wamepigwa na hiyo miti, lakini hawakuumia sana. Tulipeleka hospitali.
So far, Lawrence has been discharged from the hospital while his sister continues to receive treatment.
Tulikuwa wawili. Mmoja alikuwa ameumia kwa kichwa. Alishonwa na akarudishwa nyumbani. Mimi nika admitiwa kwa hapa.
Area residents are now calling on the county government and well-wishers to come forward and help the family settle the hospital bill.
Hata vitanda waliharibu, kila kitu ndani waliharibu. Naomba serikali kabisa wasaidie. Tafadhali.
Hii nyumba mnaona nyuma yetu, hawa watoto walikuwa ndani. Ni bahati ya Mungu tu, hawa waliponea chupu. Kwa hivyo tunaomba well-wishers kama iko tutaweza kujenga hii nyumba upya, alafu tukaramie hiyo bili ya hospitali. Na familia vile nilimesema ni vulnerable, wanahitaji msaada wa dharura.
Chichi Josephine, TV47.
Now, the United Democratic Alliance UDA party has completed ward-level elections successfully, awaiting to move to sub-county level coming next weekend on 25th of May. Speaking to the media in Narok, the team led by Governor Patrick Ole Ntutu said they have triumphs and victory in UDA grassroots elections conducted on 18th May in Ward Level 2024. Governor Ntutu praised the party National Election Board for the preparedness they have shown during the party primaries.
Nataka niwashukuru sana chama yetu ya UDA, hasa headquarters wakiongozwa na Chairman Maura wa National Election Board kwa kazi mzuri ambayo wamefanya. Ile mpangilio yote, zile gadgets ambazo zimekuja hapa, zilikuja on time na tukaenda kupiga kura, hatuna malalamishi hata kidogo, except moja. Tuko na shida ambayo imetokea pande ya Olokurto Ward. Olokurto Ward, watu walijitokeza, wale ambao walikuwa delegates, na ya kwamba kwa pothole tulikuwa na watu ambao wamejiandikisha kwenda kupiga kura, na pia wale ambao ni aspirants. Lakini kufika pale kwa kituo, wale watu hawako.
Last night marked a significant milestone in the political landscape as the United Democratic Alliance UDA grassroots elections concluded with an overwhelming support from Team Patrick Ole Ntutu. We are delighted to announce that the Team Patrick Ole Ntutu emerged victorious, securing a decisive win with 516 delegates against 84 delegates garnered by the other team.
Now, thousands of Tana Delta sub-county residents in Tana River County are in dire need of relief food, fresh water and shelter after their houses were swept away by the floods disaster. The worst hit area is Kipini West, where villages were completely submerged and residents were forced to move to seek refuge in neighboring villages, which are on safe grounds where they have established camps. About 10 schools have been submerged and children have not reported to school as the learning facilities are completely inaccessible.
Hii hali ambayo iko hapa sasa ni hali ambayo hairidhishi. Hii kambi ya Marafa iko na vijiji 7. Kama jamii ya Mwanja paka Darga paka Samicha Odole wako hapa. Hata hii mji shirikisho na Mbelezoni wote na Marafa wote wameathirika kwa sababu wote wamekusanyika hapa. Serikali ya Kenya juzi wakati Mahimahio ilipopata ile ajali, dunia mzima imekusanyika hapo. Paka the president ameenda pale. Sisi wakaji wa Kipini West, wakaji wa Tana Delta, kwani tumekosea nani ama Mungu tutaambia nini uhai yetu?
Tunatumia maji ya mtoni, hiyo maji tuko chafu lakini tunatumia hiyo. Na dawa imeishia sasa, hakuna dawa. Japo tena hawa watoto hakuna mahali shule naenda. Shule manyewe hakuna mahali nasoma. Tunakaa tu kama kienyeji sasa, kama zamani. Sasa serikali tukumbuke, tulete mambo yetu ya sawa sawa. Sasa hii sisi tuko shida hapa usione.
Shamba yangu karibu wa miezi 2. Yote mehama maji. Imeakirika. Sasa serikali hakuna. MCA hakuna.
Sasa hii kitu kama namna hii hakuna. Na serikali imesema shule imeshafunguliwa, watoto waende kwa shule. Hapo sisi tunakaa, hakuna mambo ya mbuzi wala ng'ombe. Jamii hii ambao umekusanyika hapa, hivi sasa kila mtu ameshatoka kwake na akula chakula. Watu umeshashika na njaa, mimi sifichi. Wa serikali kama hiko serikali kweli. Kitokea kesho, bai saa ngapi? Saa 7 tunasubiri serikali. Kama haja kuja, sisi hatuko kwa mkono wa serikali.
All right, now in Sikri Village, Suba North Sub-County, the educational aspirations of around 50 students are under threat as they struggle to attend school. Those who do manage to go must contend with the dangerous presence of hippos. Speaking at Amuna, where the water levels continue to rise, residents Mary Sikai expressed concern that their children can no longer reach the school because it's the only route available. She also highlighted the added fear caused by the frequent attacks from hippos. Another resident, Brighton Omondi, appealed to both the county and national government to intervene and assist the community.
Fear continues to spread in Sikri Village, Suba North Sub-County, near Lake Victoria, due to the rising water levels in the area, leaving residents without safe crossing routes, with particular danger coming from stray hippos.
Women and other people are crossing, and other teachers who are coming far away from this place, they have to pass and cross over to this place. And if you can look at this little boat, it's not enough for them to use.
This situation has also led to increased conflict between hippos and residents, adding to the residents' stress.
Kuna mabibogo wanauma watoto, sasa sisi tumechoka. Unazaa mtoto akusaidie kesho, mtoto anakuwa kiwete.
Tuko na wanyama wengi hapa hivi wanatusumbua sana. So we are just requesting for help.
The most affected are students. Around 50 of them were now unable to attend school. Some have been using old and unsafe boats, which pose a safety risk.
Watoto hata vile wanaenda shuleni hawawezi. Sisi tunahangaika. Wanaume vile wanaenda kutafutia waende na pikipiki hakuna.
So the main challenge our pupils and students are going through under this thing is that we are using this little boat here. So it's take a lot of time so that they can cross over when they are going to school and when they are coming back from school.
These residents now feel neglected and are urging all local leaders to take immediate action to address the flooding and improve safety in the area by constructing bridges.
Sasa serikali mnatuona sisi tulipiga kura ama tu kupiga kura.
Taka tu saidizi vile wanaweza jenga hii kitu tukue tu tunavuka tu mzuri.
But we need the national government and the county government in collaboration to come here and help. These people are really struggling and they are going through a lot of the problem over here.
Brian Odhiambo, TV47, Homa Bay.
Thank you, Brian, for that. We hope they get help. Now, after enduring 15 years of severe water shortages, The residents of Harawa in Tarbaj constituency are finally experiencing relief. This significant improvement is a result of the dedicated efforts of their Member of Parliament, that is Hussein Abdi Bari. Recent successful drilling and pump testing have led to the provision of soft and fresh water to the community. This development is particularly crucial for the local school and hospital, both of which have a high demand for water. Residents have expressed their happiness and gratitude for this essential resource, which will significantly enhance their quality of life and well-being.
We also thank the area MP for putting much effort on how to get water here in Harawa, with other names also called Ruwei. Harawa, we are very happy, both as community and also as leaders, because during the campaign, I remember very well, we were sitting under a acacia tree. The people of Harawa were having two main concerns. One of them was water.
Ilikuwa na shida ya maji muda mrefu. Vile tuliambiwa almost 13 years. Hii mahali iko na shule, iko na population ya almost 4,000-5,000 people. Households yake ni mingi na haikuwa na maji. Tulikuwa tumeambiwa kulikuwa na mate hapa, ili mtu alikufa hapa mwaka tuliopita. Ilisemekana hiyo mtu alikuwa 24 hours alikuwa nje ya miti, chini ya miti, akiwa anangojea maji kuletwa kutoka 35 kilometers.
We like to thank the area MP Honorable Hussein Abdi Bari for his efforts to drill this borehole here, and as we can see, everybody is happy here. This center has been surviving on water tracking. You know, there are so many centers that have been given water through water tracking by the county government. Now, if this center got water, then it's reducing the burden.
All right, a section of the Kenya Internally Displaced Persons Organization, KIDPO, have vehemently condemned the gathering dubbed Limuru 3, held on Friday the 17th. Led by their chair, Peter Tenner, the members criticized the organizers over what they termed as an attempt to gain political relevance by sowing discord among Kenyans rather than addressing the plight of those affected by the floods. The group deems the meeting as unproductive, lacking in constructive dialogue, and only serving to potentially fuel tribal tensions, labeling it a waste of time. They emphasize that the urgent need for leaders to prioritize uniting Kenyans and focusing on tangible solutions to alleviate the suffering of flood-affected communities.
Lakini mambo ya siasa wakati huu tunawaomba hawa, hata huyu Martha Karua awache mambo ya siasa wakati huu. Wananchi wameumia.
Ule mkutano wa Limuru haukuwa assembly, the right of assembly, ati vile inavyokuwa. Hapana. Tena ajabu iliyoko kumtaja rais mstaafu. Ni hatari kabisa. Umemtaja na rais mstaafu na mnasema kuwa unamchagua kama msemaji wa kuendeleza matakwa ya Central Province.
Sasa mbona Martha Karua unataka kuchafua ile mbegu mzuri ambayo Presidenti Uhuru alipanda? Unakuja kumtoa kule amestaafu, lakini unamuingiza hapa kumweka matope. Lakini sasa wakati huu unaanza kusema ati hutambui serikali yenye iko.
Wamama wanatakaga amani, sio siasa, amani. Juu sasa kukiwa na funjo na kukiwa na furugu, wamama ndio huumia na watoto, sio hawa.
Sasa jambo ambalo tunataka kuangazia ni wakati hii mvua ambayo inanyesha. Kuna watu wengi ambao hawana makao, wengine tunaona wanakaa nje. Martha Karua, ungejitolea hata kama ni milioni yako moja, Wakenya wakuone kweli unawajali masilahi. Wale watoto wanateseka pale na njaa na baridi, uweze kuwasaidia.
Leaders from across the political divide have continued weighing in on key proposals contained in the Finance Bill 2024, while some legislators lash out at various highlights of the bill, which also seeks to introduce tax reforms aiming at increasing the country's revenue collection. The Kenya Kwanza Brigade has firmly defended the Finance Bill, terming it as the best cure to the economic ailments facing the nation. Our reporter Odida tells us more.
As the Kenya Kwanza government puts up what it terms as a good fight to transform the country's economy, some of the measures being laid out continue receiving mixed reactions, lately being the Finance Bill of 2024. Today, sharp differences emerged between leaders from various regions expressing mixed reaction over the bill. In Kisii County, a section of legislators led by the National Assembly Majority Whip Silvana Sosoro strongly vowing to defend Kenyans against any punitive reforms in the bill.
Na nyinyi viongozi wangu nimesikia mkisema hamtapitisha finance bill kwa sababu ya mkate. Ati mkate iko na tax. Nataka niwahakikishie hakutakuwa na tax kwa mkate. So hiyo toa. Haitakuwa, hiyo andika chini. Haiwezi kuwa.
Because we can't allow as members of parliament to pass some taxes which will make you suffer. No. Even our president, a very hard-working man, my best friend, he cannot allow to increase tax so for a commodity for a poor person.
However, speaking in Uasin Gishu County, a long-time aide and ally of the head of state, Farouk Kibet, was keen to shut down the critics of the bill.
Kuna wale watu walichukua deni. Walichukua deni kwa niaba ya nchi ya Kenya, wakaitumia deni hiyo vibaya sana. Sasa hiyo deni imerudi kukula nchi ya Kenya. Ndio unaona president ana balance chinzi ya kujenga nchi, kulipa mshahara wa wafanyakazi wa nchi na kulipa madeni inakuwa ni karama, lakini siamini sana kwamba ameweka mkate kwa taxes.
Away from the embattled tax reforms, the discussion on the one-man, one-shilling revenue distribution formula also took a better portion of today's discussions.
I want to disagree on the issue of one shilling, one man, one shilling, one vote. Because the one man, one shilling, one vote is not good for our people. Because this will be very decisive, this will bring a lot of issues, and I don't agree with it totally. Because different regions have different problems. The person who has led the one shilling, one man, one vote, he sits in the IBEC committee. Kindly, you can go and bring those issues in the IBEC committee and solve it at that particular level.
Despite the jitters on the one-man, one-shilling proposal, the man pushing the idea, the deputy president, chose to remain silent about the ongoing conversation. The second in command who attended a church service in Kieni constituency in Nyeri, after a week-long speculation over his silence, promised to remain silent but act more.
Hii mambo maneno mingi imeongewa hapa ya siasa. I will say nothing. The reason being, Rigathi Gachagua, Deputy President, is a man of few words. And if you have followed my politics in the last 10 months, I talk less and do more.
As the debate on the revenue sharing formula as well as the finance bill appears to be getting hotter, Kenyans will continue to hope that a lasting solution shall be found to stabilize the country's economy. Odida, TV47.
All right, remember today it's to the point, and tonight we will be talking about the behavioral appearance as we are dealing with crisis. How are Kenyans reacting to this crisis when the government says we should act a certain way? Are we adhering to the directives? That will form the basis of our conversation tonight on To The Point. Stay tuned as we take a look at the stories making headlines across our borders. President Ibrahim Raisi crashed while visiting a northern region, and his condition is currently unknown. Iranian state news agency IRNA reported on Sunday the aircraft, which was also carrying Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian, came down in East Azerbaijan province, and emergency crews have so far been unable to reach it due to foggy conditions. IRNA said it is unclear of what the exact status is of Raisi's helicopter. We will be bringing you that story after this short break.
Kila kiongozi ana hadithi yake ya kipekee.
Wazazi wangu walikuwa bit strict kwa sababu mamangu mwenyewe, mimi kutoka kuzaliwa sijailala nje.
The white small one, huyo ana sniff gunpowder na risasi na bomb. Alafu huyo mwingine ni ridgeback ana sniff simba.
Even the employees knows that, so when in the boardroom is the chairman, the CEO, and the rest of. At what point are you a wife? The minute you get to that inside that door, you become now the wife.
Na kila maamuzi wanayoyafanya hufichua mengi kuhusu utu wao na uongozi wao.
We see God blessing us, and we now realize the power of giving also has to be rewarded back.
Kupitia kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi, tunakuletea mahojiano ya kusisimua na uchambuzi wa kina kuhusu viongozi wetu.
Pick your core business as the bigger stones. Put them in your diary first. Give priority the bigger things.
Usikose kila Alhamis saa 1:30 jioni.
In a world, give priority the bigger things.
Usikose kila Alhamis saa 1:30 jioni.
In a world where challenges are as common as opportunities, there are those who dare to defy the odds. They are the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship isn't just about starting a business, it's about embracing uncertainty, pushing boundaries, and turning dreams into reality.
Hata ambao ni pesa ya kusave, wallahi. Ambao mwaka ni pesa nyingi sana.
As long as you're earning something, there's always that opportunity to save. And you start with where you are.
The way we run the business is in a very unforgiving way, where every team member has to bring out their best.
So, Sports News brought to you by Maybets.
That's right. Thank you for staying with us. You're watching TV47 Weekend Edition. Let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports. Kenya women's under-17 national team, Junior Starlets, stormed the fourth and final round of the 2024 FIFA World Cup qualifiers after thrashing Ethiopia 3-0 earlier today at the Ulinzi Sports Complex in Nairobi. Marion Serenge, Velma War, and substitute Lorna Faith were on target to ensure Starlets secures a final stage of the qualifier with an aggregate of 3-0 following a goalless draw in the first leg a week ago at the